But the thing is the same. It's division and it's extremism as represented in polarized, accusatory public discourse and politics.
Citizens of America.
The so-called Western forces of Texas and California.
First off, very quickly, I mean, how long did you have to plan this in advance to open on Friday, April 12th, the day the actual American Civil War? I just want to give you props. That's very impressive.
Don't give me props. Give it to A24. My question would be, did they know?
Yeah.
But you'd have to ask them.
Yeah.
It's of course, like most things, it's more by luck than design. If that's good luck or bad luck is another whole question.
Yeah, or if it's just an amazing coincidence.
Or that's what I mean. Yeah.
The movie's fantastic.
Thank you.
It's terrifying. Absolutely most terrifying future documentary I've ever seen. What can you say about its origins? Was there a specific moment in time or particular stretch of time in recent American history that inspired you to envision this future?
I'd say there was no specific moment in time, and I'd also slightly broaden it out from American history, in as much as the context is division, polarization, populist politics, that kind of thing. Absolutely exists in my country, exists around Europe, different degrees, but sometimes really quite extreme degrees within Europe, also the Middle East and Asia and South America. And it's like, this is not a phenomenon to this country. Sure. It just isn't. The difference is, in my country, in a way, it doesn't matter. It matters within the country, but it doesn't have the radiating effect. It isn't noticed in the same way. America is by far the biggest and most powerful country in the world, the most powerful country the world has ever known. And so the rest of the world looks to America. It may be suffering the same problems, but it sometimes feels as if people think about American context and politics more than they do in their own country, even, which is unusual, but it's a reflection on the role that America has globally. I think so. I would broaden it out. I mean, I could give the examples in my own country, but the thing is the same. It's division, and it's extremism as represented in polarized, accusatory public discourse and politics.
There is such a raw and visceral feeling to the war scenes in this film, where it's like every single gunshot almost shakes you to your core in this, especially when you're watching it, where it should be seen on a big screen in surround sound or IMAX or what have you. How did you approach those battle scenes? Like how did you capture those with what feels like such realism?
Western forces will reach the White House on July 4th. Oh my God!
Get in the car! Get in the car!
A sort of a combination of things, but the starting point was that we took our cues in terms of sound, imagery, action, sequence of events, behavior, all sorts of stuff like that, not so much from cinema as news footage, documentaries, and also lived experience. So our military supervisor was a veteran. Lots of the people working on the film were veterans, and they were given a lot of, I don't know what the right word is, freedom, encouragement. They were requested to stage these moments as accurately as possible and to forget about the way film would normally present this and to go with what they felt was correct, rather than correct to their experience, rather than to the way cinema normally does this stuff.
Before we go, last time we talked, you had expressed interest in doing a 28 days follow-up.
Yeah.
You guys just announced it's happening, which people are very excited about. When we talked about it, you were saying how you had this big idea and wanted to do something much bigger versus the sort of small punk 28 days later. Do you guys think you're going to be able to execute on that vision?
You'll be the judge of that, I would say. It holds on to that punk element, but it's also on a bigger canvas. I think it would be fair to say since finishing Civil War, a lot of what I've been doing is working very hard on those scripts. And Danny, we're planning. We've got a plan. I'll put it that way. And Danny is in pre-production right now. Me talking to you is like the day job, whilst back in the UK, there's this whole other thing going on. It's definitely moving, yeah.
Awesome, cool, can't wait. Again, huge congrats on this film.
Thanks, man.
Great to talk to you as always.
Yeah, likewise. Cheers.